So hello guys, welcome to our next video. This is video number 3. So in our previous video, we had learned about that what is microservice architecture. In microservice architecture, we had learned that we break our big project or we break our project into the smaller subparts. Okay, we break our big project into a small subpart and we run them individually. Okay, so what we had learned that microservices solve the issue of monolithic architecture by breaking the application into small independent services. Suppose you want to build a big application, so it is very too difficult to handle all the files, all the services part. It is very difficult to handle. Okay, so in monolithic architecture, the service, suppose this is our project. Okay, so in one project we build many services like service A, service B. Service A means this is nothing but this is a application logic. Okay, so we write all the logic in one project, so it is very difficult for the developers to run and check them. Okay, so actually these services are dependent to each other. If you change anything in service A, then it will affect the logic of service B. Okay, so it is so these things, all these things, that how a microservices works, what is the componentization. So all these thing we had learned in our previous video. So in today's video we will learn that what is agile. Okay, what is Agile SDLC? So before starting the topic agile, I just want to say you that what is the purpose of agile. Okay, what is the purpose of agile and how agile works in today's today's company, how agile takes a big place. Okay, so we will see that what is agile. Okay, so let's start with that topic. So today's topic will be so today's topic will be agile STL. Okay, so today's video will be, so today we learn about that what is agile. Okay, so how agiles working of agile, how agile works in working of agile, and how agile comes into the picture in developers life. So we will discuss all thing. Okay, so in microservices, okay, I discussed in my previous video that in microservices a project is divided into smaller parts. Okay, one project is divided into sub parts. Like this is a, suppose this is a e-commerce project. Okay, so we divide the backend into many microservices. Okay, the first service is catalog service, shopping cart, discount logic, and ordering logic. So it is very difficult for one programmer or one developer to create this huge project. Okay, so it is very difficult for one programmer to create this project. Okay, so what happens that in a that what happens that in company or in big industrial company, many people works in a same project. Okay, many people works in a many developer work in a single project simultaneously or parallel. Okay, suppose you are working on catalog service and in same time another developer work on the shopping cart. Okay, and at the same time another developer is working on discount logic and other developer is working on the ordering logic. Okay, so this helps this helps the industry to make the project faster. Okay, so with the help of agile is nothing but this is a model. Agile is a model which theoretical concept which says that how to work in a project, so you can build it fast. Okay, so I think you have a clear that what is agile. So agile is nothing but it is a when when multiple developer developers work parallel parallel on same project. Okay, so when multiple developers work on the same project, so it gives an idea, or it is a theoretical part which says that how to work with this, how to work upon this. Okay, so with the help of we need some we need what we need Git, which is a version control system. Okay, in Git or GitHub, in Git, what happens that multiple developers can work parallelly on the same project. They can work independently without disturbing the other developers to do their work. Okay, so when multiple developers works parallel on same project in Git to develop a single project. So agile is nothing but agile is the concept, is the whole concept, and the Git is the practical of agile. Okay, agile is a theoretical point of view. If you want, in theoretical point of view, if you see, then agile is a conceptual thing, and the Git version, with the help of Git, we code parallelly. Okay, we can work in a single. Many developers can work on same project parallel. Okay, so now we will see that what is SDLC. We had clear point. We have learned. We have seen that what is agile. Now SDLC is nothing but SDLC is a software development life cycle. Okay, it is a process of creating software. It is a process of creating software. There are many other models like waterfall model. Okay, waterfall model is a way of creating software development, that how the full cycle of project happens, but it is a traditional way. Okay, but in today's generation many companies uses agile SDLC. Okay, so this is where agile SDLC comes in. Agile is not just a method, it is a mindset and a way of working. Okay, agile basically it focus on speed, collaboration, and customer satisfaction. Okay, so agile has become the most popular way to build software today. Agile is one of the most popular software to build software. Okay, it is the most popular SDLC framework, SDLC process or software to make a software. So waterfall model is a traditional way to make a software, but agile is the tradition. Agile is the new way where we can build the project or software. It is used by startup company, big companies, and even government project. Even government project use Agile SDLC to make their software. Agile is flexible. Okay, Agile is agile. Agile is Agile is flexible. Agile is flexible, adaptive, and customer focused. Okay, it focuses on the customer needs. Okay, now we will see a diagram that how agile, what is actually agile. Okay, so suppose a client gives you a project. Okay, this is nothing. This is a suppose this is a project. Okay, listen carefully. What I am going to explain. Okay, so suppose this is our project. Okay, and client client said that so create a project for me. Okay, create a product or software for me. Okay, and say that give me the exact timeline. Okay, give me the exact timeline that in how much time you will complete the work. Okay, suppose the developer see all the features, all the thing, and he calculated a estimation that it will took 2 years. Okay, after 2 years I will give you this project, but 2 year is such a large number. Okay, so in this scenario we will use agile SDLC. So agile just say instead of working on 2 hours in a project, okay, you break the project into some parts. Instead of taking 2 years, what will you do? You will break the project into you will break the project into sub parts. Okay, suppose this part of the work you will do in 2 weeks. Okay, and this part of the work you will cover in 2 weeks. This part of the project you cover in 4 weeks. Okay, this part of the suppose you complete in 5 weeks. So you break the big project into the small project. Okay, suppose there are 100 features. Suppose there are 100 features in the project. 100 features is nothing but this is an implementation that what works. The work, it is the work you will do in this 2 year. So future is nothing but the work we will do in 2 years. These are the 100 work you have to do. So you what you do with the help of Agile SDLC, you break these features into small subparts. Okay, so in 2 weeks you will in 2 week you will complete the suppose four feature. Okay, in 2 week you will complete the four features. uh, and the next week you will complete suppose 10 features. So according so 10 features, and in the week 3 you will complete 15 feature. Okay, so by doing this you complete the whole project. Okay, so there is a word comes in the picture which is known as sprint. Okay, sprint. Sprint is nothing but basically it is a work. Okay, the work you will divide. Suppose you will complete this work 2 week. Sprint is nothing but the work that you have been divided in sub part is called as sprint. We will divide the work into smaller part, and this part is called as sprint. Okay, you break the project into multiple parts. So at the last you will the all feature will be ready. Okay, so what happens that so what we had learned till now, that suppose a client, okay, this is a client, suppose a client wants to make a system. Okay, so he give the work to the company. Okay, and say that I need this software, so how much time will you take? Okay, so in tradition way what happens that the developer say that so okay it will take 2 years, so you come after 2 years and check the software and you can check it. Okay, but 2 years is just a long time. Okay, suppose you give the after 2 years you give the software or your product to the client, and the client says that no it is not good, I don't want this, I don't want this. Okay, this is outdated, I need some new and interesting thing, I want to add new and interesting thing in my product. So it is very difficult for the developers to recreate it or to handle or to change it. So instead of working in 2 hours on a project, developers break the so d- break the time into some weeks. Suppose in 2 weeks they will complete this task, and in week 2 they will complete this task. Okay, it will complete fourth feature in week 1. Then after the completion of week 1, they come in week 2 and they will create 10 features. Okay, so by using this Agile SDLC method, they complete whole project. Okay, so this is the whole concept that how Agile is work. So Agile is nothing. The if you will say that how what is Agile, so Agile is a approach. Okay, Agile is a approach to software development where the work is divided into small parts called iteration or sprints. The dividing of this work in small parts is called as sprint. So what is sprint? Sprint is nothing but the work is divided into small parts. Okay, it's called sprints. Sprint or iteration. Okay, it is number of days. You can say sprint is nothing but it is the number of days. So each sprint usually lasts from 1 to 4 weeks. Okay, this sprint will take minimum 1 to 4 weeks to complete one sprint. Okay, I write here 2 weeks, but it will be 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, depends on your project. Okay, so Agile focuses on working software rather than just document and encourage feedback and from customer regularly. By the help of this method, you can contact to the client in regular basics. Suppose you completed this part of the project, and you will confirm with your client that we had created this part of the project. So please check it. It is good or not. If it is not good, then the other feature will be added to the second week. Okay. And in second week, you complete your all features, and you will go to the client and ask to client that we had created our project, some part of our project, so please check it. It is good or not. If client approves, then we will move to the another part. Or if client say that it's not good, I need some more correction, or I need some more extra thing to add in my project, then we will add those thing in our next week. Means in week 3 we will add all those features, and again we will say come, go to the client and ask them, check it. If it is good, then we will continue this project. Okay, so I think you got the point what I want to say. So agile is nothing but means flexible, and this approach follows a set of principles defined in the agile documentation. Okay, if you see the agile documentation, then you will come to know that what is agile. Okay, so this is the theoretical part. Okay, this is the theoretical part. If you want to apply this, if you want to apply this, so there are many frameworks like Scrum, Kanban, Extreme Programming, and Lean. Okay, so all of them is in Scrum, Kanban, Extreme. These are the project management tool. Okay, so here you can manage your project. The Scrum, so basically Scrum is the most popular agile framework where work is divided into short sprints with the clear goals and fixed timeline. Okay, Kanban is another method that use boards and cards to visualize workflow and improve efficiency. Extreme programming focuses on coding practices like pair programming and continuous integration. Okay, so this is the whole working of principle. Agile is a theoretical part, but if you want to implement it practically, then there is a software which is whose name is Jira. Jira uses Scrum to implement this agile framework. So it is nothing but it is a project project management tool. Okay, so I think you had understand that what is agile, what is the working of agile. If you want to implement it practically, then this there is a software whose name is Jira, and the Scrum is the practical. And we, if you want to, and Scrum is a framework of agile. Okay, so if you want to implement agile, we need Scrum, and for software we use this for applying this Scrum. We need a software whose name is Jira. Okay, so now we will see that how a working of agile, how a agile works. Okay, so basically I have a diagram. So I have a uh, student downloads. Okay, so this is a diagram. Okay, this is a whole workflow of agile. So we will discuss it one by one. Okay, here is the Scrum Master, here is the product owner, what is product backlog, sprint planning meeting. We'll discuss in later in video. Okay, so let's go to our notes that working of agile. Okay, how agile works. So basically, agile project usually start with a vision of the product. Okay, if you want to create a product, so it start with a vision of the product. The product owner. Okay, this is our product owner. Okay, so first what happens that the product owner create a list of the feature is nothing but the work. Okay, suppose I had explained that suppose there are 100 features. Okay, so what will be the features? Suppose if you want to create a login page, suppose you want to create a exit page. Okay, you want to create a dashboard page. So all this working is nothing but it is a feature. Okay, so the product owner will create a list of feature called a backlog, product backlog. Okay, the product backlog is created by the product owner. Okay, from this backlog, okay, from this backlog, the team select item to work on it a sprint. So with the help of this product backlog, now this work is divided among the team of the, this is the team. Okay, here is the team. You can see that here is the team. So product owner will create the feature in product backlog, and this feature is divided every feature. Suppose there are 100 feature. So first week the team will work on feature 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and the work is distributed among them. So which work done by which programmer or which developer, it is developed, it is distributed with the help of sprint. Okay, from the team select items to work on a sprint. The sprint begins with a planning session where tasks are decided. Okay, during the sprint the team work on the task and meets daily in short meeting called daily stand up to share progress and challenges. So what happened? So I had discussed that product owner will create a product backlog. In backlog there are many features, okay, which is written by the product owner. And in sprint planning, in this meeting the team selects some items from the top of the product backlog. The team chooses only as much as they can realistically complete in the sprint. Okay, in sprint planning meeting, the developer or the team selects that what features we will complete in this in week one sprint. Okay, this is the sprint planning. This meeting is especially for the distribution of work and for and for the purpose that what feature will be complete in week 1, what feature will be complete in week 2, what feature will be complete in week 3. Okay, so this is the main topic or main purpose of sprint planning or meeting. So in sprint backlog, okay, in sprint backlog, the selected item becomes the sprint backlog. Okay, each backlog item is further broken into smaller tasks. They give the team clear manageable work of the sprint. Okay, so here is the task breakout. After the whole planning, that which feature will be developed in which week. Okay, suppose suppose this suppose this in sprint planning, what happens? Suppose in sprint planning we divide the feature. Okay, in week 2 we will complete 4 feature. In week 1 we will complete 4 feature. In week 2 we will complete 10 feature. In week 3 we will complete 14 features. Okay, so we decide the sprint planning is happen there. Okay, so what work will be done in which week. Okay, so the next thing is task breakout. Okay, in task breakout role we assign the role to the teams, that what work will be done by which developer. Okay, all this thing we will see practical with the help of Jira. Okay, all this thing we will see with the help of Jira in our next video. In our next video, we will see that how Jira works and how we create a project, how our work is distributed among the developers. All those things we will see in our next video. But in this video, we will have to understand that how the whole process works, how a agile or a scrum works. Okay, so sprint backlog or task breakout is nothing but it is a way by which in which we distribute all the work to our developers. Okay, they give this gives the team clear manageable work for the sprint. Okay, so this is the sprint life cycle. Suppose the sprint one is of 4 week. So in this 4 week, so now the real development starts. This phase this phase is called the sprint. From here, the sprint is going to start. A sprint lasts from 1 to 4 weeks depending on the project. Okay, here is written 1 to 4. It's depending on the project. It can either be from 1 to 5 week or 1 to 6 week. But here we assume that the sprint 1 will be of 1 to 4 week. Okay, the sprint in date and deliverable do not change once you start. So you can't change the sprint date. Suppose you start, you have mentioned that I will complete this task in 1 to 4 weeks. Okay, so if you don't complete the task within 4 weeks, then you can't change the date of your sprint. You have to set a date. Okay, you have to set a date before starting the your project. Suppose you set the task data from 25 August to 25 September. You will complete this feature, but unfortunately, you can't complete it. So, you can't change the date once a project building is start. Okay, so this is the whole working that how a sprint work. So, our next topic is daily stand up meeting. So, what is this? So, in this, during the sprint, the team meets every day in a daily stand up meeting, usually 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or 30 minutes daily. Okay, each member, the product head, yeah, product project head will ask three questions. What did I do yesterday? Okay, what will I do today? And are there any blockers or issue on your matlab means that all the related discussion is going to held in daily stand up meeting. What is the working of what does work you had done yesterday, what will you work today. Okay, all those things you have to say in daily stand up meeting. Okay, this is meeting. So in next sprint review. Okay, at the end of the sprint, suppose you are in your last week. Okay, in the end of the sprint, the team holds a sprint review. Okay, here they present the finished work to the customer or stakeholder. Okay, now this is the point where you had completed your sprint one. Okay, and you completed your whole task, and it's time for the review from the customer. You will take a review that how that what improvements should we have to do in our project. We collect the feedback from the stakeholder or customer, and further we will do the and further we will add this work in our next sprint. Okay, and lastly we finish the work. Okay, after finishing work, here is the one last point, which is sprint retrospective. So it is nothing but it is after the review the team has a sprint retrospective. This is a meeting where the team reflects on what went well and what needs to be improvement. Okay, the whole discussion about the sprint, that our how does our sprint spent, what improvement we have to do. Okay, so this is nothing but this is the whole life cycle of the agile. Okay, let's recap all the thing fast. First, the product owner takes the input from the customer. Okay, you don't have to worry anything. This is the work. This work is done by the product owner. What work? Okay, the product owner will gather all the requirements. They will prioritize the backlog. In backlog, that what feature we have to done in the for few years or few months. Okay, we plan the sprint work in sprint with the daily stand-ups. We will distribute the backlogs or we'll split the work. Then which developer will do what work. Okay, so review and feedback is done, and then we have a daily stand-up meeting, and after that we have a sprint review, and then we have a sprint retrospective. So I will write the working. So first gather gather requirement from the customer. It is done by product owner. Okay, Second thing is prioritize prioritize the prioritize in backlog done by the product owner. Product owner. Third is plan sprint. Okay. Fourth is work is distributed and the sprint meeting is happen in happens in daily basics. Fifth is review and get feedback. Sixth is retrospective to improve. Seventh, deliver usable product. And the last is repetition. Repeat. And further, it will repeat all the points. Okay. So this is the whole working of our agile. So in next video, we will continue it and we will see the practical that how a work is that how a product owner will create a backlog and and how the work is distributed among the developers. Okay, how to review the product. Okay, all those things we will see in our next video. So I hope you have all understand that I have discussed in today's video that what is agile, why is agile used, what is sprint, what is Jira, Scrum. In we will in next video we will work on Jira, that how a Jira works. So that's it. I will end the video here. So I hope you all understand today's topic. So thank you.